All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And citations to the Yakim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So, there's an ongoing debate pretty much with Gorilla Hebrew and Vocab Malone alongside his sidekick, Dr. Brown. And pretty much this man is supposed to be of a man of understanding, so to speak, But again, these people are pretty much on a low level when it comes to the scriptures, And there's a lot of points that Alazar, makes on these debates, but there's a lot of things where he falls short of, in my opinion. A lot of things that should have been said. Pretty much certain scriptures should have been brought out at a certain particular time, and they think they, got them, cornered pretty much, they chalk it up as a win for them, and this is the thing that we're dealing with these people, man, where, and it's getting sickening though, but we always doing this for edification's sake though, at the end of the day, we don't, here at Great Millstone, we don't deal with pretty much debates, We'll pretty much watch these debates or these other Israelite groups out there, but pretty much, we'll, judge it from that standpoint of on the debate and how it went, But us per se not, going in and trying to debate these guys, because it's for no use though, because they're gonna go back, believing what they're gonna believe, and we're gonna stand on what we believe in, which is the truth. You see, but you have pretty much. And you got this coon over here, and like I said, Vocab, he pretty much is an agent, okay, and he's pretty much trying to uphold white supremacy, because that's all Christianity is at the end of the day. You see, all right, for us to go ahead and try to believe to debunk the truth, and think you're gonna really try to rock us back to sleep with tired old Christianity, you got another thing coming, man. That's not how this thing is gonna be played out, But these guys are pretty much kind of, and like I said, at the end of the day, it's sickening because here it is. We don't really need to validate nothing with these guys, man. Everything that we're doing pretty much is for edification's sake at the end of the day. We don't need no validation for no Edomites, man, to prove who we are. And pretty much they're standing on their lives, man. On what they know. But we know that pretty much the upper echelon of society, they pretty much know who's who. And we can show you how much these people are pretty much are hypocrites, man. Because they don't wholeheartedly follow the scriptures. Them, and pretty much these guys are small hats. Speaking about Dr. Brown and Alice and Vocab, pretty much those guys are small hats, and pretty much they are holding true to their tradition, so to speak. But their tradition, okay, that they're upholding does not line up with the scriptures. You see. And this is where we come in with the scriptures, and this is how we defend this gospel, man. The Lord said the time has come where the true worshipers shall worship Him in spirit and in truth. All right. So these people are upholding a heritage that does not belong to them. You see, all right. When you're talking about the people of the Lord, when you want to talk about the actual land, okay, that was basically promised to our forefathers. You see, all right, they have pretty much, keep the narrative of leave things as it is, pretty much, and they're looking at us speaking these things of truth as foolishness, man, and they don't really respect us anyway, and these people pretty much hate your guts at the end of the day. You see, there's not much respect being shown, pretty much concerning us. All right, we're not really pretty much respected. so to speak. You can have a respectable debate and all that, but the inside of these minds of these people, man, we're still those bywords, man, that they're still trying to plaster upon us, man. You know, all right. But I'm gonna start off with Ezekiel, uh, chapter 36, verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh. And that's pretty much talking about the house of Israel, when the Lord is speaking to us. Okay? All right? Do the Spirit, do Ezekiel the prophet. And it says, thus say the Lord power, because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the high ancient places are ours in possession. Okay, so now let's look at this in hindsight now, as far as Israel having an enemy. Okay, now these small hats, they're not speaking about no enemy. Okay, that's speaking to them in a type of manner of high places being in the possession. Okay, you see, and it's really talking about the land of Israel. It's talking about our homeland. Okay, you see, our enemy is saying aha. Okay, and that's pretty much when you want to look at it in hindsight of what Dr. Brown and Vocab are doing. Okay, they pretty much here it is. The Lord is giving us back our identity, our heritage through the scriptures and through the Spirit of pretty much waking us up. And here it is. These people are pretty much dangling whatever tradition that they follow, but it's loosely based on the scriptures, and it's not even close to lining up with the scriptures. But as far as the title of what they're calling themselves, okay, you see, they're basically kind of like dangling in our face. The fact is that that land is in their possession, man. You see, because these are carnal men. These guys are not dealing through the Spirit. So when you want to speak about when you want to speak about Israel, when it's a people before a place, the first thing they will say is that, have we ever been there? And the answer is no. We were exiled from that place, man. You see, all right. When you want to go into the history of it, okay, and we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, under the foot of these different nations, man. Pretty much in hard bondage. You see, all right. But it says, therefore prophesy and say, thus say Lord power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye may be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and you are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. When we come up in the lips of talkers and the infamy of the people, is because what? Because we are a proverb and a byword, man. Okay, here it is that we constantly tell them, okay, about the word black, that we keep on saying that it's just a color in the crayon box, but they want to keep on plastering that and tying you to that notion of that's supposed to be your identity. Okay, there's no nation of black, you see, okay, and it comes with a negative connotation with it, you see, and when you use a play on words in the English language, these words and these buzzwords, they bring up they bring in emotions upon people, okay, because subconsciously they've been taught that these words are of a negative connotation, you see, all right, and it pretty much is an aggressive pretty much way of explaining a people, man. Where when people bring it up, it may become psychologically intimidating to people. You see, all right, when it's just a color in a crayon box, man. And it's not how you describe a people. Okay, and for the fact of that matter, we're different shades of brown. Okay, but that name black has been put upon us so heavily. That's what people in our own people will argue with us about us being called that. They will argue and saying, no, that's what we are. You see, all right, but it's all a psychological game, and it's really witchcraft at the end of the day. You see, right? And it says, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus say the Lord power to the mountains, to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. And these places are a wasteland at the end of the day, you know. All right, they pretty much are trying to beautify in a way, but these, at the end of the day, when you come out of these larger cities where these Gentiles, pretty much these heathens, inhabit, is nothing but a dry, dead wasteland, man. You see? Okay? All right? And the people, okay? All right? Those dry bones are similar to pretty much what that land is right now. Okay? Dry and just dead. Okay? Nothing can grow out there outside of these cities. You can't grow anything there. Okay? There's no kind of crops that you can produce from that land. You see? All right? So it says, verse 5, therefore, thus say Lord Power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, for the joy of all their heart, and with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. And when you go into that word Idumea, well, we all know, okay, this is in the Old Testament, but they put the Greek word there for Idumea, but it's really Edom. Okay, now if the Edomites are done away with, who was this speaking of then? You see? Okay, but they have basically appointed the land. And how did they appoint the land? They appointed the land through the Balfour Declaration. You see? Okay, in 1948. And pretty much that land was pretty much occupied by the British Army, okay, since 1917. All right, when they want to go back into World War I. All right, but pretty much they have appointed the land, right, into their possession, right, and it's a joy of their heart now, right, but with despiteful minds, okay, and really what they're doing is despiteful. You see? Because they also know the history of that land. You see? But these people are not fully plugged into the heritage, man. And a case in point, how they're not plugged into the heritage is because, pretty much we're in an information age where, pretty much everything offends every group of people, so to speak. But they're not offended by the archetypus, man. All right? Now, we're going to get into this archetypus, okay? Now, this is basically the ark. Pull it up real quick. Pictures of it here. All right? This is a huge tourist attraction in Rome, Italy. Okay? All right? And this is basically in remembrance of the sack of Jerusalem. Okay? Now, the Roman army sacked Jerusalem. All right? And we basically became part of the diaspora from that. Okay? But these people are not offended by this archetypus, though. Okay? All right? And just to go show you, all right? All right? It's basically a huge tourist attraction, but let's read some of the reviews, okay? Because in hindsight, this is supposed to be a very horrific thing that has happened to a people, of them being destroyed, okay? You see, and when you look at the ark, it's pretty much all of the things taken out of the temple, the table for the showbread, and the menorah, and all the goodly things that were in the temple, okay, were pretty much taken out by the Roman army. All right, now let's hold on. Let's real quick. Let's get I think I read like a little synopsis about it. Let's see the overview. Okay, all right. Let's get the overview of it real quick. All right, and pretty much it's it says the archetypus is a 1st century AD horrific ark located in Via Scala, Rome, just to the southeast in the southeast part of Rome. Okay, and pretty much it's constructed soon after the death of Emperor Titus Flavius Vespasius. In 81 CE, the Ark of Titus commemorates the Roman triumphant awarded to Emperor Vespasian to Titus, his son, and heir for their victory in the Jewish War. You know, and that was between 66 and 74. Okay, all right, CE. All right, now let's get back to the real quick. Let's get to the reviews now. Now this is supposed to be a horrific thing now. So now the Romans are celebrating this, okay? Which are Edomites, you see? All right, and which these guys that are calling themselves small hats, okay, Vocab and Dr. Brown, they are also Edomites. But let's look at the reviews of this, okay? All right, these people have no soul. All right, all right, all right. This is one of the reviews. It says, absolutely breathtaking. The craftsmanship from so long ago, a must-see if anyone visiting Rome. This can be easily paired with a tour to the Colosseum and other landmarks in the area. I would definitely book a group tour, as you won't wait in line nearly as long or even at all. Okay? And pretty much he's referring to the Colosseum that's also in Rome, which we were made a spectacle in the Colosseum, man. Okay? These are all relics, man, of the taking down and the oppression, okay, of you jakes out there, man. Okay? All right? You Israelites. You see? All right? It says, another one says, one of the many great monuments in the area with a lot of beautiful detail in it. The Colosseum tour guide explains interesting facts about the Ark. Okay, he's going into the history, right? I highly recommend using the service of a tour guide, whether you book the tickets online or buy it on the spot. Okay, and they're pretty much celebrating this whole thing. You see, all right, all right, and here's another one. The Ark of Titus is a magnificent monument that stands as a testament to the glory of the Roman Empire. This iconic structure is a remarkable example of the art and architecture of its time, and its excellent state of preservation, right? Preservation, where we at? Is a testament to the enduring legacy of ancient Rome. Visitors are often awed by the grandeur and historical significance. Okay, see the grandeur and the historical significance. You see that? Making it a must-see attraction for everyone interested in history and culture in the ancient world. Nobody is saying anything to where this is a horrific thing, this is terrible, and nobody's offended by this. Okay? Right, because they do not fit the scriptures. They do not fit the people. Okay? All right? There's no, here it is. You know, you're going to claim to take somebody's identity and as your own, but you don't cross the T's and dot the I's pretty much. You know? Okay? You know, and if you want going to take over somebody's identity, you're going to pretty much go all the way with it. And pretty much, you know, to where it will be an ironclad to where somebody can come and claim it back, or somebody can accuse you of the death, so to speak, of identity. You see? Okay? Now, there would have to be something, this would have to be on the more the lines of pretty much of the cost of the things that happened to them, okay? That they claim that happened to them in Germany. Okay? You see? This would have to be, should be for more on the lines of that, man. Okay? Because this was a horrific act. Okay? Let's see if I can try to pull up some more pictures so you can see here. Okay? All right? Okay, see the menorah right there. You see the Roman army pretty much parading with the you know, the relics, man, from the temple. You see? Okay? Right? So let's hit the scriptures real quick. Let's go to from there. Let's go to Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. And that's talking about the whole 12 tribes. You see, the Lord's going to turn back our captivity, right? Future prophecy, okay? Right? And as he's doing that too, you know, I mean, and this is the way you got to understand that the Lord is a man of war, okay? So now the way he's going to go about bringing out captivity or turning back our captivity is this. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay, so now this is a future prophecy that's happening, and right now we're on the cusp of the gathering in that great valley soon to come, man. This is soon to come. You see? We're starting to see World War III brewing, okay? All right? And the Lord said he's going to plead with those nations, right? For his heritage, right? Right? And for his people. Can't get around that. You see? All right? And again, it's talking about the land being parted. It says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. And there's no other history that pretty much covers this, man. You know, there's various books out there that you can get into in the history of what happened to our people. Okay, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, where this situation has happened, man. Okay, where lots were being cast, and boys were being sold, and women were being sold for pretty much commodity, man, and pleasure. You see? Okay, and it says, yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. And everybody all in that surrounding areas, man, do not belong there, man. Okay? All right? Now we're speaking about the physical land. You know, we also know that Israel is really Jacob, okay? Which is a people for a place. But the land, okay, that these people are pretty much have parted and with the joy of their hearts and with the spiteful minds possess, okay, that the scriptures speak about, okay, you see, that land that's there, you know, they're basically claiming that land, all right, but now that's an inheritance for us, man, okay. It says, verse 5, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples all my goodly and pleasant things. And this goes right into the scriptures right here. Okay? You know, the gold and silver and all the Lord's goodly things and pleasant things, man, were carried away, man. Okay? You see? All right? All the same people. Okay? All the same people. You see? So it says, right? The children also Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. You see? Okay, and basically they had a hand in that slave trade, man. And when we were talking about the Grecians, it's really talking about the Edomite as a whole, man. Okay? The Greeks were first to rise into power when they came back and when they came into power, pretty much. Okay? All right? The Greeks were the first of them. You see? All right? It says, behold, I will raise them out of the places whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. Okay? And it's pretty much right here how the Lord said, and I will sow your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for Yahweh have spoken it. You see? All right? And pretty much the Lord deals with balance. Okay? And this is pretty much a future prophecy, okay, where these heathens are pretty much going to be sold. Okay? All right? According to the scriptures. You see? But how is that going to go about? Because you people cannot fathom, because there's so much pride in these people, they can't fathom that even happening. Okay? All right? Like the Lord said, man, look what I've done to my people. What you think I'm going to do to you? You know? And there's so many words. Right? Right? I just want to grab this last, right here. It says, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And pretty much, that's how the Lord is going to weaken you nations, man. Through war. Okay? And then the Lord's going to come in and finish you off, man. All right? Because the Lord said, I'm going to plead with you there for my people and for my heritage. And the Lord also said that I will not meet thee as a man. Okay? So, this is far beyond any carnal way, means of you thinking that this is going to happen, you know. It will get physical, all right, but not by our means, though. Okay, all right. You have a much more higher power to fear. Okay, all right, to bring these things upon you. Okay, which is in the near future. You see, all right. You know, and in this here, we got to sit here and get validation. We don't need no validation from these people. We don't need no validation from these people. Slack. You don't need no validation from these people. You see? All right? And I'm going to finish it off with, let's go to Hosea. Okay? You see? Because here it is, you know, and as far as the world's knowledge is concerned, you know, we are not that people, man. You know? But it says, this is Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Alright, because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, and this is not a black thing, right? How they want to try to pigeonhole this thing. Okay? You see? Alright? You see, it's about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and our people that go back to the stock of Jacob, that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? That may look like the other nations, right? But go to the stock of Jacob. You see? But it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Okay, so that time is coming right now, and the Lord is bringing us back to us, basically reckoning. Okay, the great reckoning is happening. The great awakening and reckoning is happening. You see, okay. In this place, you know, they refer to us as not a people, right? But here in the same land, okay, all right, it's going to be proclaimed that ye are the sons of the living power, man. Okay, and it's going to and is according to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Okay, all right, our enemies shall beheld us. All right. From the strangeness of our salvation. Alright? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Shalom.